Hey folks, buckle up because we're diving back into the wild, twisted world of ancient Persia. You know the drill from our last chat. Those glittering palaces, the silk roads buzzing with spice traders, the kind of empire that makes you think, man, I'd kill for a vacation there. But hold on, scratch the surface, and it's not all rose-scented gardens and golden goblets. No, sir, we're talking about the dark underbelly, punishments so brutal, so ingeniously cruel, they make your stomach twist just reading about them. And get this, these aren't Hollywood myths or some tabloid fever dream. We're pulling straight from the heavy hitters. Herodotus scribbling in his Greek scrolls, Babylonian clay tablets etched with cuneiform terror, and those ancient Zoroastrian texts like the Vendidad that lay it all out, cold and factual. No fluff. Just the raw, verified truth of how the Persians kept their cosmic order, called Asher, intact. At any price, imagine you're a fly on the wall in Persepolis, that majestic capital carved from mountainsides. The sun's beating down, merchants haggle over lapis lazuli, and kids chase goats through the bazaar. Life's humming along, right? Wrong. One wrong move, a bribe taken, a lie whispered, a sacred rule shattered. And boom, you're not just in trouble, you're erased, slowly, painfully. And the crowd, they watch, nodding approvingly, because this isn't vengeance, it's balance. It's the universe snapping back into place, shiver-inducing, isn't it? Stick with me, because we're unpacking the top terrors of Persian justice. And trust me, by the end, you'll be thanking your lucky stars you weren't born under those eagle standards. Let's kick off with the basics. You might picture ancient executions like some gladiator smash fest. Swords flashing, heads rolling in the sand. Ha! That's Roman fanfic. The Persians, they played a different game. Zoroastrian rules were crystal clear. No blood on the earth. Ever. Spill it and you're not just killing a guy. You're cursing the sacred soil itself. So forget the axe or the noose. There go to. Starvation in a hole. Yeah, you heard that right. Dig a pit, shove the condemned inside, maybe toss in a crust of bread. But water? Nope. That's for the birds. They called it dissolving without a trace. Poetic, huh? But picture it. You're down there, walls closing in, thirst clawing at your throat like a demon from the Druge, their word for pure evil. Hours turn to days. Your mind fractures first. Hallucinations whisper your sins. Then silence, no spectacle, no cheers. Just you, fading into nothing so the elements stay pure. Herodotus swears by it. This was standard for murderers, oath-breakers, even folks who accidentally brushed a corpse. One touch of the dead, pit time. Fair. Terrifyingly so. But oh, they saved the real nightmares for the big fish. Take Sisamnes, the chief judge who thought he could skim a little off the top. Bribes, folks, the oldest con in the book. King Darius, that sharp-eyed lion of a ruler, catches wind. Now Darius isn't some hothead swinging wildly. No, he's all about the lesson, the cosmic smackdown. He hauls Sisamnes before the court, proves the graft with witnesses and ledgers. Yep, Persians kept receipts, talk about organized. Verdict? Guilty as sin. But instead of a quick chop, Darius goes full theater. He orders the executioner to flay Sisamnes alive, skin peeled off like some grotesque harvest. Can you even? The man's screams echoing off the palace walls, his family huddled in horror outside. Blood? Minimal. They caught it in basins, poured it into barren wastes far from the fields. No pollution. Then, the kicker, Darius has that fresh stripped hide tanned and stretched over the judge's own chair. The throne of justice, now upholstered in Daddy's dermis. And here's where it gets personal, deeply gut-wrenchingly personal. Darius doesn't stop at the skin show. He promotes Sisamnes's son, yeah, his own flesh and blood, to the empty seat. Sit, the king commands, rule with integrity or join your father. Every dawn, that young man, let's call him Ouch for therapy's sake, lowers himself onto the chair, feels the give, the faint warmth of memory, knows it's dad under him. The weight of it? Not just leather, it's betrayal. It's the Empire's eyes boring into you, whispering, "We see you. Did it work? You bet. Persian courts became fortresses of fairness after that. No more greasy palms. But at what cost to that son's soul? Imagine the nightmares, the flinches at every creak. Loyalty twisted into a lifelong scar. That's Persian justice for you. Not just punishing the crime, but haunting the bloodline. Rhetorical question time. What if I told you they had a punishment straight out of a horror flick? One that even slithered into the Bible? I'm talking the Ash Tower. Not some fairy tale spire, no. This was a 65-foot monster of stone, hollow as a grave, built for one purpose: slow suffocation in dust. Caustic ash, fine as talcum, piled high inside. The condemned, hoisted to a platform at the top, heart pounding, ropes biting wrists. They dangle you over the edge and let go. Thud. You hit the ash cloud, not hard enough to snap bones. Oh no, that's too merciful. It's the stir that kills. A massive wheel inside, cranked by guards, whips the powder into a blizzard. Coughs rack your chest, lungs burn like fire ants swarming, every gasp pulls in more, gritty, unrelenting. You thrash, but that just kicks up storms of it. Eyes sting shut, throat seals like wax, minutes stretch to hours. Your world's reduced to choking grey haze, the wheels groan mocking your pleas. Why ash? Because it's clean, see? No blood, no blaze, no burial. Just dissolution. The Vendidad spells it out. For heretics, corpse touchers, liars who defiled the sacred flame. One priest in the old tales got it for good. Wicked as they come, his body left unburied, family weeping from afar. Echoes of it pop up in scripture, a wicked counselor meeting the same dusty end. Chills, right? And the suspense? Agonizing. Guards could crank slow or fast, drawing out the terror. Would you beg? Scream names of loved ones? Or go quiet, bargaining with the gods for one clean breath? The Persians didn't care. It was Asha restored, order from chaos. But damn, the human cost, the raw, personal agony, makes you question if any balance is worth that scream. Fast forward a few centuries, and the Persians crank the humiliation dial to 11. Enter Emperor Valerian, Rome's big-shot ruler, strutting like he owned the Mediterranean. 260 AD, he's leading legions against King Shapur of Big mistake. Shapur, cunning as a desert fox, ambushes, captures the emperor alive. Not just any capture, folks, a trophy. Valerian, once master of millions, now chained like a dog. Paraded before Persian troops, his purple toga shredded, crown a joke. But Shapur, he's just warming up. Every war council, every victory feast, the king swings into the saddle. By stepping on Valerian's back, crunch. The mighty Caesar reduced to a footstool. Imagine the bite of boot on spine, the snickers from spear-wielding guards, the distant cheers of your allies, too scared to rescue. Pride? Shattered? Legacy? A punchline in enemy songs. The end? Pure nightmare fuel. Shapur tires of the toy, orders molten gold poured down Valerian's throat. Liquid fire, searing from lips to lungs. Bubbles and gurgles as the emperor thrashes, gold hardening inside like a cursed idol. Why gold? Symbolism, baby. Rome's wealth, Rome's greed, melting him from within. No quick mercy, just a spectacle to etch in history. Look what happens when you cross Persia. Roman chroniclers wept over it. Eusebius called it the ultimate disgrace. But for Shapur, victory, pure golden balance. What would you feel, folks? Betrayed by your gods, or plotting revenge from that final blistering gasp? It's the personal drama that hits hardest, the fall from emperor to doormat, loyalty of legions turned to dust. But wait, it gets worse, way worse. For the king's true enemies, those personal thorns in the crown, Persia reserved the scaphism. Yeah, say it slow, scaphism. Straight from the annals of Pliny and Ctesias, no embellishment. This wasn't for run-of-the-mill crooks. Oh no, for traitors who stabbed the Shah in the back. Strip 'em naked, shove 'em into a contraption, hollow log or, my favorite, 2 boats lashed tight like a clamshell. Head, hands, feet poking out. Vulnerable, exposed, then the feast begins. Guards force-feed milk and honey, gallons of it, till your belly balloons, cramps like knives. You beg, puke, plead. They don't stop. Hours later, it's leaking. Sweat, filth, honey-slick horror seeping from every pore. Smear more honey on face, limbs, the works. Park it in the sun by a lagoon buzzing with bugs. Flies swarm first, black clouds of itch and sting. Then wasps, larvae burrowing into wounds. Your skin's a banquet, folks. Bites fester, inflammation swells. You twitch and they dive deeper. But the genius cruelty, they keep feeding. Day 2, delirium sets in. Hallucinations, loved ones mocking, shadows of the Druge laughing. Mind cracks like eggshell. Body, a rotting hive. Ancient sources clock one guy at 17 days. 17, screaming till vocal cords shred, praying for the end. Why? To prolong the shame. No quick death. Just you dissolving alive, impurity feasted upon till nothing holy remains. Would you hold out? Curse the gods, or whisper secrets to break free? The horror's intimate, the betrayal of your own flesh, loyalty to the king twisted into this bug-riddled hell, shifting gears to the streets now. Remember that priest Smerdis? The con artist who faked his way to the throne, pretending to be Cyrus the Great's lost son. Guy was slick, tax cuts for the little guy, lighter drafts for soldiers. People loved him. Until the mask slipped. Exposed as a fraud, he's dragged off, executed swift, rare for Persia. But the backlash, volcanic. Mobs, furious, betrayed citizens, turn on every priest in sight. Traitors, liars, they roar, torches high, streets run red with clerical blood, families torn apart mid-prayer. One wrong robe, and you're done. When the smoke clears, the Persians don't forget. They etch it into the calendar, an annual festival of vengeance. Every year on the anniversary, crowds flood the avenues. Spot a priest? He's fair game. Stoned, beaten, vanished into the throng. No mercy, just raw, collective rage. Imagine the dread, waking to that date circled in invisible ink, heart hammering. Was it justice, or a myth of purity gone mob-mad? The Vendidad hints at it, warning against false prophets. But the personal toll, priests hiding in attics, families whispering prayers in secret, loyalty to faith shattered by one man's lie. And rebels? Oh, Darius had a special recipe for them. Uprising sparks, some hotheads thinking they can topple the throne. Darius crushes it, sure, but the leaders, he doesn't kill quick. Mutilate first, tongues ripped for their seditious speeches, one ear sliced for not listening to reason, an eye gouged for daring to plot in shadows. Left alive, chained to the palace gates like billboards of doom. Passers-by gawk, merchants spitting, kids pointing, weeks of it, sun-blistering scars, crowds hurling rot, pain a constant drumbeat. See, the chains rattle, this is what defiance costs. One rebel, tongue lolling useless, eye socket weeping, did he regret? Curse his comrades, the drama's electric, brothers in arms, now broken idols. Herodotus details it, no sugarcoat. Myth busted, Persians weren't soft on sedition. They made examples that scarred souls. Zoom out, and it's all tied to the cradle. Kids in Persia? Raised tough from day one. Boys bunk with mums till 5. No dad peaks, no bonds formed. Why? Harsh truth, half didn't make infancy. Better no heartbreak for the kingly stock. Valued traits, bravery and baby-making. Herodotus notes kings gifting dads of big broods, horses, gold, glory. Breed warriors, the empire cheers. Training, ride like wind, shoot arrows true, lie never. Lies, abomination. One fib and you're out, pit-bound or renamed a dog son. Imagine little you, bow in hand, dad drilling, truth or torment boy. Personal stakes sky high, fail and families shamed. Succeed, empire's backbone, but not everyone's riding high. Down in the muck, Mardu camps, state slaves, sorter, not owned like Greek chattel but chained to dirt, relocated to hellholes, salty wastes, swamp fringes, no temples, no trials. Dawn to dusk grind, plows dragged by grannies and tots. Rations, gruel and rags, run, branded, sabotage, whipped to dead zones. Work kills faster than food gives. Dead, no Dharma rights, just dumped like trash in canals. Impure from birth, they say. Zoroastrian logic, labor restores balance. But the horror, families fractured, dreams drowned in mud. One fugitive's tale, branded, broken, whispering freedom to stars. Would you bolt or bend? Impurity stalked everywhere. Breath, blood, shadows. Combat it, bull urine. Gomez, they called it. Sacred sluice from pampered temple cows. No work, no mates, just holy pee. Splash it on corpse touchers, chant formulas loud. Silence lets evil hide. Washed 3 times, or doom. Personal, priest dousing a grieving son, urine stinging eyes, words booming, out Druge, myth of the East as incense dreamy. Busted. This was gritty, factual ritual, Vendidad verified. Water woes next. Upper, the divine lady, mess her up with corpse drip. Catastrophe. Sick rivers die, droughts rage. Corpse in a sacred stream. Lashings galore. Priests swarm, fires lit, ash scattered, Gomez poured downstream. 9-day chants from Yasna texts. Dog corpse, human nail, same sin. Imagine you're the fool who slipped Fido in. Whips crack, crowd hisses, balance begs for blood. No, wait, no blood, just isolation till you heal. The drama, river weeping, priests pleading like docs to a patient. Stakes, empire's thirst, names, powerhouses, defile yours, apostate, taboo breaker, and poof, erased. Rotting one, they dub you. Records scratched, stones chiseled, kin forbidden the old call. Speak it, join the curse, soul trapped, Chinvat bridge barred. Traitor's family, homes razed, offerings smashed. Personal apocalypse, kid asking, who was dad? Mom shushing, tears hot. Shah's gaze, forbidden. Meet eyes, dead. Guard did once, axed silent. Even portraits, from casts, not life. King's death, veiled, unnamed days. Protection, they swore. But the chill, his shadow sacred, your glance a defilement. Blood feud sealed it. Murder, kin's call, avenge or compensate. Refuse, you're impure. Oath sworn, hunts lifelong. Sasanian codes demand it. Restore Asha or rot. Family duty, not grudge. Decades tracking, blade gleaming. Imagine great-grandpa's ghost urging, strike. Balance from blade. Hue. Persia, luxury's shadow, terror's forge. Myths of soft satraps, shattered. Facts from scrolls scream severity. Devotion's dark edge. What hits you hardest? The footstool emperor, bug banquet, or that sun's haunted seat? Drop a comment. Would you survive the ash? Smash like if you're hooked. Next, more shadows unveiled. Stay curious, stay safe. Peace. Hold up, let's linger on that scaphism, 'cause it deserves the slow burn. Picture the setup again, but closer. Dawn breaks over the marshes, mist curling like fingers. Guards haul you, say you're a whispers-in-the-dark plotter against the Shah. No trial fanfare, just ropes, rough on wrists. The boats? Cedar, sealed tight with pitch, smelling of tar and fear. They cram you in, knees to chest, breath shallow. Any last words? A guard smirks. You spit defiance. Big mistake. Milk hits first, warm, cloying, forced down with a funnel, gags you. Then honey, sticky gold dripping chin. Belly protests, but they pinch nose, pour till you swell like a tick. Hours tick. Sun climbs, baking the shell. First leaks, sweat beading, mixing with sweet rot. Flies sense it, vanguard scouts, buzzing reconnaissance. One lands on lip, probes. You jerk, ow, wood bites skin. More come, a veil of black, wings thrumming hymns to hell. Stings prick eyelids, crawl into ears. Get off, you rasp, but voice cracks, throat raw. Night falls, cool mercy. Nah, moonlight draws wasps, bigger, meaner. They burrow, lay eggs in open sores. Larvae hatch by morn, wriggling feasts under flesh. Fever spikes, skin bubbles, pus honey. Guards return. Thirsty? Another funnel. You fight, choke, regret floods. Memories flash, wife's laugh, kid's hand in yours. Loyalty? What a joke. Betrayed the order, now ordered to suffer. Day 3, mind phrase. Shadows whisper plots unfinished. Is that the Shah's laugh? Or Druge mocking? You hallucinate escape, crawl free, boats cracking. But no, just itch, endless. Bites swell to boils, popping with movement. Insects mate on you, colonies thriving. 17 days, one source claims. A noble held for spectacle, nobles jeering from afar. Look upon Asher, they toast. Your end, not blade or blaze, just fade. Body a husk, soul adrift. Horror, intimate invasion. Your form, once temple, now tomb for vermin. Would you recant, beg forgiveness, or die silent, myth to warn the bold? Flip to rebels at the gates, Darius's uprising quashed, leaders, once firebrands, now meet. Surgeon's knife first, tongue yanked, blood gulped, can't scream plots now. Ear sliced clean, hearing half the world's warnings. Eye, scoop and seal, vision tunneled to one side, chains next. Iron bites ankles, hoists to gates iron grill. Palace thrums, envoys arrive, merchants mill. You dangle, grotesque scarecrow. Traitor, a fruit vendor hurls apple core. Kids poke sticks, giggling at the drool. Weeks blur, rain soaks wounds septic. Sun chars scars black. Pain pulses, throb, stab, throb. Mind, loyalty's ghost. Was it worth it, brother? Comrades' faces haunt, their clean deaths envy. Guards toss scraps, bread soaked in pity. Eat or starve. Balance, for the empire, yes. For you, shattered devotion, personal ruin etched in flesh. Smerdis's festival, annual gut punch. Dawn of the day, priests bolt doors, too late. Crowds swell, faces twisted. For the fraud, one slips out, robes muddied for disguise. Heart hammers, footsteps behind. A shout, cleric. Stones fly, skull cracks. Family watches from windows, fists clenched. Run, uncle, kid whispers. But no, vengeance cascades, homes torched, altars smashed. Why? Deception's scar, Vendidad vowed. Personal, a nephew's first blood on hands, guilt gnawing lifelong. Myth of priestly power, busted, mobs rule that dawn. Kids' world, strict script. Age 5, boys yanked from skirts, dad's first look, appraise the colt. Strong, valued, seed sowers, truth tellers. Herodotus, kings gift stallions for 10 sons' dads. Empire's future, training grounds, gallop till thighs scream, arrows whistle true, lies lashed out. One fib, liar's pit awaits. Imagine, bow slips, arrow wide, lash stings. Truth boy, devotion drilled. To Asher, to Shah. Fail, family's shame. Succeed, hero's arc. Adorable, till you see the whip's wheel. Mardu misery, camps like ant farms for the damned. Shipped to salt flats, boots sink, air chokes dust. Work, overseer barks, plow bites soil, kids harnessed beside. Dawn bleeds to dusk, bones ache. Rations, barley mush, rags threadbare. Love, stolen glances cross furrows. Run, nets and brands. Fugitive, etched on cheek. Dead. Canal dump, no rights. Impure souls, earth rejects. One woman's tale, inscribed faint. Birthed in mud, died pulling plough. Kid orphaned, cycle spins. Balance for fields, horror for hearts. Gomez writes, bull's gift, urine pure as prayer. Temple herds, cows sacred untouched. Splash on mourner, 3 times, chant loud. Silence, Druge hides, stings eyes but evil flees. Personal, widow doused, husband's ghost in droplets. Cleanse me, she wails, myth of mystic east. Nah, biological bleach, factual fix. Waters weep, corpse floats in Tigris, gasp, priests race, fires crackle, ash flies, Gomez downstream. Heal Apa, 9 days plea, Yasna versus drone. Offender, lashed, isolated, feel the drought you birthed. Drama, rivers fever, empire parched. Would you dive, save the body, or watch, chilled? Names noose, apostate's verdict. Strip it, scribes/rolls, old self gone. Cursed wretch, new tag. Kin shuns, call it not. Soul snared, bridge barred, family razed, pots smashed, stones scoured. Kid, mama, who? Tears, forgotten, erasure eternal, personal void, Shah's shield, eyes down, glance, axe falls, boundary breached, guards slip, head rolls wordless, portraits, clay mocks life, death, veiled silent days, defile not the divine, shadow sacred, gaze poison, devotion's edge, love from afar, terror up close, feuds fire, slay kin, blood calls blood, oath in court, vengeance mine, decades hunt, across sands, oaths inherited. Compensation, if kin yields, refuse, impure you. Balance bled, strike or shame, imagine, blade raised o'er sleeper. For father, hand shakes or strikes true. There, deeper dives, folks, Persia's pulse, devotion's blade, horror's heart. Myths melt to facts, Herodotus, Vendidad vouch. What's your chill? Ash lungs, name's ghost, like subscribe, more shadows soon. Imagine yourself there. Could you keep the order?